Hello, beautiful ones. It's Catherine here, ready for day 5 of the Infinite Woman Mastermind Mini Mind, Your Richer Life. Because you get richer the less you prove. It's so much fun. I'm so excited to be sharing what I've got ready for you today. So, for day 5, we're going to bring it all back together and see how she transforms. So, you've learnt the 4-step infinite woman pathway, which is like a neural pathway that decides if you're going to live in your dream or if you're going to live in the created past. So, let's just recap your journey. So, day 1 is She Sees, which is about awareness of your patterns, but it's also like women come to me because they have pain and there's urgency in pain to change. And sometimes that can be a great activator, but they also have a vision of a direction of where they want to go. And so this She Sees is the clarity. She sees that she wants change. She's aware of that it's possible for her. And she starts to look at alternatives to the life that she has now. So She Sees is number 1. Number 2 is She Chooses. So this is the line in the sand moment. That's it. I'm making the decision. I'm going for the thing, and no matter what. And so she's pulled towards this vision. She doesn't know why, but she just knows that these dreams come through her, so they must be for her. And so she goes forward in her vision and she starts to choose differently, chooses different things in her health, in her wealth, in a relationship. She starts to choose different environments. She starts to choose differently. And then day 3 creates. So she creates in the aligned action. So, what is that future self creating? What is she doing? This is where it's brought from imagination, which is so fabulous. I love imagination. And that fantasy is so glorious. However, this is bringing it into the tangible reality. It's where she actually is doing the steps. If she's got a business, she's going to see clients. She's speaking to people. If she wants a brand new house, she's going to real estate agents. She's looking at finance. She's looking at homes and decorating. She's looking at options of places to live. If it's in her health, it's looking at different programs of how to be eat differently and exercise and look at the body that she wants. She's actually doing the exercises. She's not just dreaming about them. So this is anchoring in the reality. However, as I said to you yesterday, the most important for the women I work with, and this is the bridge that I connect you to so that you can actually have the thing at the end and not keep busy work and keep doing the courses and keep doing the thing without actually tangibly having the thing. It's about the having and the allowing is the receiving. She receives. Oh, it's the most glorious one. So with the how she receives the keys, she receives the experience. She receives the money in the bank account from her client. She receives the support of those in her life as she travels. She receives the very thing that she wanted. She receives the time and space that she's always dreamed about. And so we all have different dreams within us, but we don't want to die with those dreams just kept inside and nothing is done about it. And we're like, why? Why on earth do I want this dream and then I can never do the same thing? 2 years ago, I had the dream that I wanted to start a business. 2 years ago, I wanted to get healthy. 2 years ago, I wanted to live in a different location. And you're exactly the same spot. 2 years ago, I wanted to invest, but I'm still frivolously throwing money away. So it's to be able to choose today. So today, look at how far you've come in these 5 days. Those 4 steps are valuable and you can remember them for the rest of your life. It's a process because I wanted to share with you that that's the process of creation and embodiment. But what about the opposite? And I may have shared this, but these are like a neural pathway because you're training yourself of what you allow, what you think is possible for you, what you are creating in your life. And that's why I wanted to share the contrast. So, for example, she sees, oh, it's the same 9 to 5 job every day. This is all I can have. It's all I'm used to. It's all, yep, I can just see myself, a mortgage till I'm 70. Yep, same job, same thing, same people, same environment, same house. Yep. And then she's choosing the same thing, the same food, the same way she is with money, the same she is with relationships, the same avoiding, the same. She's choosing the same things, mainly unconsciously, because when you're consciously choosing, you're like, I don't want to do that anymore, but mainly unconscious choices. And then she's creating the very same thing. She's driving to the same place. She's waking up at the same time. She's going to the same location. She's hanging out with the same people. Everything is the same. It's keeping her bound in a sameness of reality, of familiar and predictable and safe, and maybe possibly boring if she's come to me. She wants something more. She feels depleted. She feels exhausted. She feels like, because we're here to grow. We're here to feel alive. And that momentum just loops. There's no momentum. It's just like the looping, the looping, the looping. It's like a hamster wheel of boredom. Some people like that predictability, that safeness, the comfort zone until it becomes painful and eating junk for years starts to show up in your health. Not looking after your money at all just shows up in your bank account. Not talking, speaking up is showing up in your relationships, and your falling distance is growing between your partner and your children. So you can see how the comfort zone becomes very uncomfortable and very painful. And so with the receiving at the end, she receives a recreation of yesterday because that's what happens when you use this loop, because it is a loop of creation. If you're unconscious and just keep doing the same things, you keep getting the same results, and that's how it's the loop of results. And you don't even realize what you're creating. And sometimes I say the truth hurts because you are creating it. Like when you become an adult, a mature adult, you realize you can't blame anyone. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame them. Yes, you may have had horrendous things happen to you, but all the clients that I work with that are so successful and so amazing, they're creating ripple effects. They use that as fuel because they're like, they've been so hurt, they've suffered so much, they've had things so bad that they're like, I'm going to rise up and I'm going to be different and I'm going to show the next generation, my children, others in the world, that I can do things differently and I don't have to be a prisoner of my past. I can be a victor of my vision. Oh, doesn't that sound delicious? I think it's so exciting. So I feel like there's awareness at the beginning and there's transformation in the journey, and seeing your pattern is powerful because you can't unsee it, but resolving your pattern changes your life. And so I would love to invite and share with you how I can help you step over that bridge and be the one that allows you to receive all of the good in your life, to feel that aliveness, to have that dream house, to live in the countryside, to do what you love, when you love, with those you love, like the magic of life. I feel like the feeling and the quality of life is the magic because I definitely believe the quality of your life is the most important thing, and then your business supports the quality of the life that you get to live. It's not the other way around. And I used to live the opposite way, where work hard, strive, push, and there is a place for that. And if you're doing that, it's absolutely perfectly okay and it's normal. We build, we grow. I wouldn't have had the financial backing if I didn't do that. So I'm very grateful for that past version of myself that did it. But after 50, there is this shift where you want to do things differently and a slower pace of life, a more sustainable, a more enjoyable, a more lit up version is so intoxicating and so glorious. And it feels like you're on drugs. And by the way, I'm not. I just take vitamins and I just feel so alive because this work gets to be so exciting. And so this is when I created the Infinite Woman Quantum Transformation. And within this container, I use Creatrix, where I've been a Creatrix transformologist since 2017. And I'm so grateful for discovering that because it allowed me to feel the transformation that I have is I used to base my self-worth on external validation and approval. So I wanted to show the world how good I was at everything. I wanted to do a PhD and I wanted to be a Dr. Kath and I wanted to be a leader. I was the hardest working person in the room. I was just like showing everyone, look at me, how amazing I am. And that was all, and that I was easily offended and I was easily manipulated because I had such a critical mind. Oh my God, if I made a mistake, oh my God, that's so hard. So when you base your life where your outside, your worth is based on what other people think of you, it's a very shaky foundation and you will never feel satisfied and you won't have quality of life because it's always at the approval of others and they're messy humans that have no idea what they're doing either. So this is where the infinite woman comes in. So I often say there is the proving woman, the one that's just slogging it out, working hard, proving to the world that she's the hardest worker in the room and she's amazing. She's basing her value on how useful she is, how productive she is, and how amazing she is. And it's tiring, it's exhausting, and sometimes it's necessary for the building. When you're a high achiever, that feels kind of good and you get addicted to the dopamine of like achievement. And then there is the emerging woman. These are the clients that I have. It's like, I don't want to do life like that. That just feels so hard, so boring. I can't see myself doing that for another, I don't know, 30 years. I want to change the way I'm doing things. And so, and that's when I bridge women over to the infinite woman and the infinity is the flow. We flow through life, we go through life. Challenges happen, there are opportunities to grow. We don't stay in the hole too long. We can get there. We're normal, we're human, but it's how quickly we get out of there. And I bring the torch. If you're in a hole, I bring the torch, show you the ladder, and step you out because you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're capable, you've done amazing things before. And so these are my clients. They're amazing, successful women. You are. And you just want to change your reality. You've done so much of the hustling, the pushing, the grinding, and you want more of a spacious life, a happy life, like quality of life, where that critical mind has now become the own best friend, the encourager, the cheerleader, the one that says, yes, you can do this, the one that feels alive. And so in my 16-week, The Infinite Woman Quantum Manifestation, which changes you, it's life changing. It just feels so glorious. It's what helped me go from Miss McLeod, the teacher, to living the Infinite Woman, to thinking I was having a mortgage till I was 70, to now having no mortgage, to having a baby at 44, to now having a nearly 8-year-old, to feeling burnt out that I was never enough, to feeling alive and feeling full of joy and full of aliveness and loving life completely. And so these are the four phases of working with me. So number one is the reveal. And this is where you discover your unconscious patterns and you understand why they keep repeating. And everything starts to make sense. And patterns, I love the word pattern because it's a non-judgmental pattern. It's just a way that you operate in your thoughts, your feelings, your words, the way that your narrative is that creates your results in life. And once you clean that up, you will be surprised at what is possible. And yeah, so what happened to me is like selling $2.35 million in 1 month because I started to clean up my patterns. It was like, oh, I got in the comfort zone Yep, going to work, come home, do this, do that, the familiar known. And then I was like, oh, I can create something new. It's possible for me. So the reveal allowed me to see that these patterns can be changed. And when you see that the patterns can be changed, it's like, what? So much opens up and is available to you. And then phase two is the reset. So you create safety in your nervous system and you stop living in survival mode and you feel safe with change because that's what's stopping you. You won't allow yourself to have something if it feels like it's going to destroy you, if it's going to be harder work, if it's going to break your family up, if it means that it's anything that's causing pain, that safety is just going to keep you in the comfort zone. Oh, I can't do that. I might be humiliated, might be rejected. So we clean that up. Then phase three, rewire your old patterns and create new responses. It's phenomenal the work that I do. And you build new habits and beliefs. And one client that I had was so unbelievable. She used to snap and yell at her children. And after only one session with me, the next week she said, I never yelled at my children. And I was like, why? Because the pattern underneath that controlling pattern was resolved. So then she no longer had to control the situation. She was able to work with the situation, creating harmony in the relationship rather than judgment and control. Control is, it's like dominating and telling someone what to do, and that energy always creates resistance in another. But when you work with another, it's so powerful. And that's why I say to you, there is four things that I resolve in women are number one, if they hate their work, they're feeling depleted, you get to feel so much joy and love of life. The second one is if you snap at your children, feel torn and guilty for not being present with them, not laughing, not having joy, then you get to do that when you work with me. It's absolutely phenomenal because when the pattern changes, you change and the pattern is not you. When you clean it up, you'll be amazed at how you respond to life rather than react to life. And then the third thing is not speaking up to your husband because my beautiful clients are so good. They don't want to rock the boat. They want to keep the peace. They don't want to cause disruption because they've been with their partner for so long that they just feel like, oh, if they were to say something, they could ruin the relationship and but they hold in all the resentment and they say yes when they mean no and it causes more trouble and more breakups and outbursts. So when you work with me, you're able to navigate that and actually be on the same page and dream together and grow old together and think of what am I going to do for the next holiday? What are we going to plan together? And it becomes an open channel of communication. It doesn't become, I'm better than you, I know better. Like those fights, no, it becomes the infinite woman, harmony between each other. The relationship becomes in harmony with who you are. And that last thing is with the money, allowing yourself to receive the money in your bank account, receive the compliments, receive the good, receive the awards, the accolades, the acknowledgement that you are a good person and you've done so much good in your life. Allow yourself to have all of the good that universe gets to share with you because it can. You've got to allow it. A lot of women have this damn up. I can't receive because what does that mean about me? I don't want to be a bad person. I've seen people have with lots of money like that. Does that make me not a good person? And I'm saying no. You can do more good the more you receive. And it's the intention. You receive something with the intention that you're going to do good with it. Absolutely. So receive the millions, receive all of the things so you can keep doing your work because a lot of good women don't want to talk about money. They think it's bad, they think it's wrong. They go, I don't want to do it for the money. Women mainly, predominantly, not all, we do it for the ripple effect. We want to make positive impact in the world. And that is me, definitely. I used to do things for free because I'm like, I just want to do good and it's not about the money. However, you will not have the freedom of time to do the things that you want to do. You'll have to just be grinding forever until you realize that the money is the currency of the value that you offer, and you have to receive the money so that you can share the ripple effect. It's very necessary. So talk about it, love it, allow it in. It's just a currency. It's the currency of the value that you are offering in the world. And phase four, the rise. So embody the woman that you're becoming and receive the life you've created and sustain your transformation. So it's after I work with you for 16 weeks, you will actually know, you will have a structure of how you structure your life because it's the structure that creates the outcomes. It's the structure of the way your operating system works in your inner world. So your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your results, but also in your external world, how you set your world up. How much space and time do you have for those you love? So we map out that. So your week is what you choose. It's not your obligations, what you have to, it's what you choose. You become a custodian of your life, and sovereignty is yours. You create your own empire. It's so fun. So, together, we will understand your unique pattern. It's so fun. And you'll transform at the root and you'll create safe, lasting change. It's so phenomenal. And so I will support you every step of the way because this is big work. Like as you change, there may be resistance in the outside world to you changing, and that's something I did experience. That people might not like it if you've supported them for so long. You may spend time for yourself, and they may call you selfish, and they may call you self-centered. It's all part of it because one thing I've realized is with the receiving so much good, is that you've got to be okay with the opposite. Be okay with the rejection, with the judgment, with the things not working out, and then just say next, 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 and you will get there because I'm just an ordinary, everyday woman, but I have created my dreams because I've chosen them again and again and again. It is a conscious choice every single day. But when you clean out those patterns, it becomes just an automatic choice. You don't even really have to think about it. Like joy for me is my set point, and I'm like, what? I hardly ever have a critical thought in my head. Like I really am my own cheerleader. And this is the work we do. We clean up all of that stuff that has been sold to you because it's actually not you. So if these 5 days have spoken to you and you've recognized yourself in them, so stop repeat if you want to stop repeating the same cycles again and again, that I'd love to take this journey with you with the Infinite Woman Quantum Transformation. It's now open. So message me in my Infinite Woman community, Infinite, or even my personal page. Just message me Infinite and we can have a conversation about what it looks like for you and if you're the right fit. Because I only work with those that are on the journey to change. Remember, it's the proving woman, the emerging woman, and the infinite woman. It's the emerging woman who can see that things aren't quite right but wants to change them. And I would love, love, love to show you what is possible and breathe into you that radical belief that it's possible for you. So now you've seen the pattern. Now it's time to transform. Love you so much, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Have an amazing life. I love you, and I will see you very soon.